If you've been with my channel for a long time, you know that the Lego Movie is one of my favorites of all time. When it came out, I was really into it, and I watched it multiple times in theaters. I loved it so much. And one of the breakout fan favorite characters from the movie was Unikitty. I'm actually wearing a shirt of Unikitty right now. I actually found it in my closet when cleaning it out. So it's no surprise to me that she would be the character to get her own cartoon. The cartoon Unikitty I thought was the first Lego cartoon to be 2D, but apparently there was also the Mixels cartoon, but I don't know anybody that cared about that. People seem to care about this cartoon a lot more because it's from a fan favorite character from the Lego Movie. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any characters other than Unikitty from the movie in this cartoon though. Instead, we have a cast of new characters that work pretty well from what I've seen. But before we get to them, I'll talk about Unikitty herself and who she's voiced by, because she's actually voiced by Tara Strong, not Alison Brie. I'm not sure if they just didn't want to pay for Alison Brie or if she just didn't want to do a TV show, but we got Tara Strong. And she does a well enough job, she really fits the role, and she just sounds kind of like a hyperactive Twilight Sparkle. She does have that kind of gimmick that she had in the movie where she got kind of angry at points, and she turned red, and she turns other colors too, like when she's sad she turns blue. And one thing I like that is sort of from another cartoon I've been watching, from Star Vs, is that the shapes on her cheeks will change depending on her emotion. And also, since this cartoon is 2D and they're not limited to what a Lego looks like, they can sort of exaggerate her expressions. At first I was sort of upset that they didn't go with a 3D cartoon like the other Lego cartoons, but the other Lego cartoons are nowhere near the quality of what the Lego Movie looks like. So having CGI that looks that good for a cartoon would be way too expensive. So I understand why they went with 2D animation. The only thing about it is that it only looks kinda Lego. There's definitely some rectangular shapes and everything, and it's indicated that they are Lego by some of the sound effects. But as I've been watching, I've been warming up to it a lot more. But there's a lot of stuff in the show that just aren't Lego entirely. I went on a tangent there, but let's get back to the characters themselves. I already talked about Unikitty, so let's move on to the new characters. Puppycorn is introduced as Unikitty's little brother, and he's exactly like Unikitty but a dog, and a lot dumber. And he's voiced by Greta Lyle, and she's great. And a lot of the humor of Puppycorn being this dumb, gullible character kind of works. Then there's Dr. Fox by Kate Micucci. I hope I'm saying that right. But you might recognize her from Steven Universe playing Sadie. And she's sort of the scientific smart character, and she actually reminds me a lot of Alphys from Undertale, of all things. Then there's Hawkadile, which is sort of Unikitty's bodyguard. He's part crocodile, parts hawk. It's really weird. Also, I find it weird that Unikitty needs a bodyguard when she can sort of Hulk out herself. Why is that needed? And then there's Richard, who is just a 3x1 brick. It's pretty hilarious. And both of those characters are played by Roger Craig Smith. It seems like this show doesn't take place in the same universe as the Lego Movie, because they're not in Cloud Cuckoo Land, they're in sort of Unikitty's own kingdom. That's why I doubt there's going to be any characters from the movie appearing in this cartoon. There's been about 10 episodes so far that I've watched, and so far I have been enjoying it. It's just a bunch of crazy, weird antics, and it does kind of fit with the humor that was in the movie. Though not that high quality. In most of the episodes, there's been a really short song, which are fine, but they're not really needed. They just seem like slapped on there. I mainly say that because they auto-tune the voices or pitch correct them or something like that. But thankfully the songs are very short, so they're over very quickly. The pacing of the show is also very fast. That's probably the most similar thing from the movie, other than the character. I've seen a lot of people compare this to Teen Titans Go, but it feels different enough to me. But that's maybe just because I like Unikitty a lot better, and the Lego universe in general. But so far, I haven't seen anything to outright dislike about it. I know this show isn't going to be for everyone, though. Like, if you didn't like Unikitty in the movie, you're definitely not gonna like this. But as far as I go, I'm going to continue watching it because I've had a lot of fun with it so far. So if you have seen the new Unikitty cartoon, tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye! And here's another look at my shirt. See? It says business, business, business. It just keeps going. Until it says numbers. Yeah, that's the shirt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to